Hi, my name is Sandra Menchaca. I'm a graduate student at Lamar University. Welcome to my Learning Manifesto. As I prepared this manifesto, I came across the teaching philosophy paper I wrote for my Teacher of the Year presentation 2 years ago. It began with a quote from Benjamin Franklin, "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn." At the time, I was an elementary math teacher, and that was the basis of my teaching practice. I was committed to making math fun, relevant, and possible. However, after switching roles to a middle school math teacher, my new role as an instructional coach, and 3 weeks into the master's program at Lamar University, I find that my views have slightly evolved. My passions. I am passionate about developing lifelong learners and preparing students for possibility. A focus on preparing students for college as a sole outcome of education is simply wrong and constitutes a shallow perception of the true potential of an education. An education should prepare students for multiple possibilities of their choosing, not a pre-selected pathway and destination determined by lawmakers that have little understanding of current reality, what's possible, and what students want to accomplish with their lives. Learning is never ending. I am passionate about preparing students for the opportunity in a world full of possibilities. I believe that we should teach students to embrace success at every opportunity. Help students to develop a growth mindset and understand the meaning of the word yet. The word yet is such an inspiring word. Not everyone achieves success at the same time. Helping students practice on focusing on the idea of developing their skills no matter where they are can make a huge impact. Important achievements require a clear focus, all-out effort, and bottomless trunk full of strategies. Dweck, 2015. I want to promote a growth mindset in my students and teachers and show them how to build upon failures and passions so that they may continue to discover new ways to evolve as a lifelong learner. Learning should be fun and meaningful. You can be a good teacher without using technology, but ignoring digital, ignoring online, and ignoring the devices that connect learners to the resources and expertise that lives there means you are ignoring what students connect to the most. According to an ASCD article, in creating a real-world connection, you are embedding multimedia in a rich context in which students will learn and practice skills, gather and present information, and solve problems. Indeed, the real-world connection is a strong distinguishing element of this learning approach that makes it so motivating for students. Let's face it, 21st century learning requires students to be able to be great problem solvers, and we are living in a world of great technological advances. Emerging issues. One of the most common emerging issues related to digital learning across the nation is the availability of technology in the classroom. Regionally speaking, several districts have been hit with budget constraints that limit the amount of computers accessible to teachers and students. Computer time is limited to a computer lab that has to be shared among the entire school. This puts additional limits on a student who cannot access a computer at home. Where there is availability, teachers are not offered a sufficient amount of training to utilize it. So the other issue begins with professional development and supplying teachers with the tools to successfully use technology in the classroom. But it then develops into resistance and potentially fear as the role of the teachers has been increasingly challenged with new cyber advancements. Nagel, 2013. Pros and cons of education. One of the biggest cons in education today is standardized testing. Student success and school accountability reports are heavily dependent on the results of standardized testing. This adds more pressure on schools and teachers to focus more on teaching test-taking strategies. It focuses mostly on math and reading, therefore limiting the time and the possibility for creativity in other contents. However, some school districts, like the one I work with, have decided to get creative with their approach on teaching cross-curricular content. Many districts are now focusing on project-based learning, PBL. Some are offering science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM academies, as well as advancement via individual determination, AVID strategies. All these initiatives are being implemented to prepare the students for endless possibilities outside of the classroom. My core belief about digital learning and the impact I hope to make. Students should have the choice of determining when, where, and what they learn with in accordance with their needs. There is no greater differentiation tool than technology. A learning environment today is one filled with choice, and not one that is predicated on the wishes, needs, and wants of a teacher. Digital learning is about the learner, and technology is an integral component of the learning landscape. The traditional classroom is isolated and limited when it comes for opportunities to collaborate. Technology offers students exposure and opportunities to collaborate outside the classroom. For example, students can use Skype to reach out to experts as well as other students in other states. Google Classroom extends classroom learning to a student's house. Students no longer have to wait until they get to school to work on a document or presentation. They can access the same document from any computer by logging on to their Google account. As the instructional coach, I feel that I can make a great impact by finding ways to incorporate technology in the classroom. Save teachers time by researching different resources available and providing them the training they need to utilize it successfully. Most importantly, find ways that technology can give students a choice, opportunity, voice, and authenticity. It's all about learning. COVA, no date, describes the COVA approach as an opportunity for the learner to choose and take ownership of their authentic learning experiences. All the variables